Letters to Isla. Dear Isla. It feels like an eternity since I last penned you a letter, though it has only been a few days. I'm currently traveling and finally found a moment to gather my thoughts on paper. Right now, I'm sitting atop the rooftop of the quaint lodge I'm staying at, gazing over the breathtaking mountains of Alpujara. In the distance, the sun is setting behind the ocean, casting hues that remind me of your eyes when the light catches them just right. As I sit here, surrounded by this picturesque scenery, my mind drifts to you, the times we'd escape the chaos of school, sneaking up to the rooftop to watch the world bathed in twilight. How I wish to relive those moments, if only for a heartbeat, to hear your laughter and see that warm glow on your face as the sun dipped below the horizon. Honestly, I wouldn't trade this view for anything in the world if it meant I could be next to you again. It's crazy to think how we once spent so much time planning our adventures after school, mapping out every city we wanted to explore and the wonders we would discover together. There's one last destination on the list you set before me, but I can't bear the thought of visiting it alone. A wise friend of mine once told me that fate and destiny guide us along our paths, and I trust that one day, I'll have the chance to reunite with you. We'll gaze at the northern lights together just as we promised. For now, my journey takes me through Spain, and soon I'll return to England to resume my responsibilities. I can only hope that, if fate is on our side, I'll have you back beside me someday, traversing the world and creating new memories together. In the meantime, I hope the photographs I've taken capture the beauty of this moment for you. I wonder where you are in your life right now, but more importantly, I hope you're taking a moment to find joy in the small things. If anyone deserves happiness, it's you. Perhaps destiny has a way of leading me back to you, and when that day arrives, I'll do my best to bring you that happiness you so deserve. For now, I'll lose myself in daydreams of our adventures and the memories we created. No matter how far apart we drift, you'll always have a lingering place in my heart. Missing you always. Rena. 3 years ago. Kent, England. Rena, wake up this minute or I swear I'll drag you out of bed. Mia warned, shaking her best friend with urgency. I'm counting down to 2 seconds before that happens. No, let me sleep, Rena murmured, attempting to pull the covers over her head while half-heartedly protesting. All right, that's it. You've had your warning. Mia declared, jumping off the bed to grab Rena's legs, pulling them off the covers. Rena groaned in protest but could feel her grip on the sheets slipping. Fine. I'm up. Victory is mine, Mia celebrated, tossing the covers aside in triumph. She sauntered over to her wardrobe to get her school uniform while Rena shuffled to sit on the edge of the bed, rubbing the sleep from her eyes. Did we seriously have to go to school today? Rena complained, trying to shake off the remnants of sleep. Can't we just skip and go to the cafe instead? Mia turned, fixing her hair and throwing Rena a cheeky grin. I have a date. With an absolute stunner from class. Rena raised an eyebrow, bringing her signature smirk to her lips. You haven't even told me her name yet. Who's managed to captivate our Mia this time? Remember that girl in our history class who's always got her nose in a book? Mia winked as she slipped into her uniform. Ah, that reclusive one? Leah? Rena replied, remembering the girl's shy demeanor. Precisely. She's a beautiful mystery, and I'm determined to unravel it. Mia grinned, but Rena could tell that melting that girl's walls wasn't going to be an easy task. Rena chuckled and shook her head. Good luck with that. Just try not to scare her away with your over-the-top charisma, okay? Who, me? Mia feigned innocence before breaking into a wide smile. I'm all charm and charisma. Aha, Rena laughed as she got up to pick up her own school outfit. Just remember, gentle charm. No more of your bold antics, all right? Mia pretended to be offended. You know my boldness is part of my charm, Rena. Whatever you say, Mia, Rena replied, rolling her eyes as they both got ready. Once they were set to go, Rena threw on her jacket and grabbed her skateboard while Mia polished off her makeup. As they stepped outside, Rena felt a weight of reluctance at the thought of school. You know, I could get used to skipping school just to hang out at the skate park. Mia nudged Rena playfully. Only if you want to miss out on my charming exploits with Leah. School holds no threat to me, unlike the potential threat of your antics with that girl, Rena replied jokingly, dazzling Mia with a toothy grin. Well, upon that assumption, let's hustle. I don't want to be late for my first encounter with the literary goddess. With that, they started walking down the road, the crisp morning air flickering with a hint of anticipation. As the day continued, the three friends, Rena, Mia, and their mutual friend Taylor, navigated the ups and downs of school life. The hallway buzzed with chatter, but their trio remained a solid bond amidst the chaos surrounding them. Every so often, their laughter would echo against the lockers as they shared bits of gossip or planned their weekend escapades. Rena often felt at my best when she was surrounded by her friends, even amidst the backdrop of high school drama. Yet, that atmosphere often turned sour when the day's lessons dragged on or when certain classmates emitted negativity that seeped into their sanctuary. Rena sometimes bore the weight of attending school for everyone. The whispers and judgments from those who found it cruel to attack anyone different were familiar burdens. In math class, Rena faced familiar challenges. She'd promised her parents to stay through the sixth form, even if it meant enduring difficult subjects and dealing with bullies like Adam, who taunted her for being different from the majority. But the strength of her friendships with Mia and Taylor made every challenge worth overcoming. Returning home every day, Rena would recount her experiences and the laughter shared with her companions, holding on to the hope that one day they would all escape the confines of their school and truly live. As the last bell rang that day, Rena felt a familiar rush of relief. The prospect of heading out into the world beyond the school walls filled her with anticipation. She and Mia quickly gathered their things, chatting excitedly about their plans for the evening. Do you think Leah will come by the skate park later? Mia asked, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. Maybe. If you play your cards right, who knows? You might just sweep her off her feet, Rena teased as they made their way to the exit, nudging Mia playfully. There's a good chance. Mia replied confidently, her red hair bouncing with each step. But I need your backup. You know, to help me charm her with some of those witty jokes we've practiced. Of course. Just remember, light-hearted and sweet, nothing too over the top. You want to impress her, not scare her away. Rena reminded, giving her friend a genuine smile. As they stepped outside, the sun began to dip below the horizon, casting a warm golden glow across the pavement. Rena felt invigorated by the fresh air as she unslung her skateboard from her backpack. Then, out of the corner of her eye, she spotted Taylor lingering by the gate, waiting for them. His unruly hair caught the wind as he waved them over. Despite being a little shy, Taylor was the loyal friend who always supported them, and they could always count on his steady presence. Hey, you made it! Rena called out, kicking off her board and gliding toward him. Ready for our grand escape? Absolutely, he said, adopting an exaggerated bow. Lead the way, oh fearless leader. Rena giggled and motioned for him to follow as they headed toward the skate park, a short ride down the quiet road. The area was a beloved sanctuary where they could forget their worries, connect with old friends, and escape their students' reality, if only for a little while. As they approached, they could hear laughter and music from several groups already gathered, skateboards in motion, and a few of them jamming out on a guitar. Rena's heart soared. This was their favorite spot. See, she exclaimed, eyes sweeping over the scene. It's perfect. I can already imagine the fun we'll have tonight. Mia's face brightened as she spotted a small group off to one side, including Leah, who had just arrived and was laughing with some of her friends. There she is. Mia whispered, still trying to keep her excitement in check. Okay, wish me luck. Just be yourself and you'll do great. Rena encouraged, nudging her friend gently toward the group. With a deep breath, Mia confidently headed over to the others. Rena and Taylor watched for a moment as she approached, feeling a mix of pride and excitement for her friend. "She's got this," Taylor said, folding his arms and beaming with genuine support. "She really does," Rena agreed, stealing a moment to observe. Mia was animated and engaging, her laughter ringing out warmly, clearly captivating Leah and her friends. While they waited, Rena turned to Taylor. "So, any big plans tonight?" "Just the usual," he shrugged nonchalantly. "Maybe practice some tricks on my board and try not to fall off and embarrass myself again." "You're getting better every time. Just remember, it's all about confidence. And if you do fall, it's just a part of the learning process," Rena replied with a grin. "You sound like my coach," he laughed. "But seriously, thanks for always having my back, Rena. It means a lot." "Always," Rena said sincerely, feeling warmth in her chest for their friendship. Just then, Mia returned, her cheeks flushed, and a radiant smile plastered across her face. "She's coming to hang out with us," Mia exclaimed, practically bouncing on her feet. "See, I told you." Rena cheered. "Looks like you have your first date lined up." "Don't jinx it," Mia warned, but the twinkle in her eyes betrayed her excitement. As night fell around them, the energy of the skate park pulsed with camaraderie and laughter. Rena joined a group session, effortlessly gliding along on her skateboard, practicing her move while encouraging others. Taylor joined in, and his laughter filled the air as he tried to master a new trick. The minutes turned into hours, and the trio found themselves in a comfortable rhythm, easily weaving in and out of conversations and laughter. Rena felt a sense of freedom envelop her, the burdens from school fading as she focused on the joy of the moment. As the temperature dropped slightly, Mia fetched their jackets from her bag and threw one to Rena. "Let's warm up a bit and go hang by the fire pit," she proposed, leading the way. As they settled near a small bonfire, Rena caught glimpses of Leah joining them with her friends, engaging in light-hearted banter, and slowly forging a connection with Mia. Rena felt a pang of happiness for her friend. It was moments like these that they both lived for. "Hey, Rena. Do you have any guitar skills?" Someone shouted across the fire, snapping her out of her thoughts. "Not really, but I can strum a little," Rena responded, using the opportunity to showcase a few basic chords. "Come on over then, you can play something for us," the voice called back, urging her on. "See? Go for it," Taylor encouraged, nudging her gently. With uncertainty bubbling inside her, Rena took a deep breath. "Okay, just a little," she murmured, feeling a rush of adrenaline as she joined the group around the fire. As she took the guitar into her hands, she could sense the audience going quiet, awaiting what would unfold. She strummed a couple of chords, feeling the rhythm flow through her, the sounds dancing around against the night's backdrop. Rena began to play a soft tune she had written, her voice blending with the gentle strumming. As she leaned into the song, she could feel the connection she had with her friends and the shared moments of joy around her. A few lines in, she caught sight of Mia encouraging Leah to come closer, her new connection unfolding under the soft light of the fire. Rena smiled to herself, knowing that this was just the beginning of something special. As the warmth from the fire danced on their skin and harmonies intertwined with laughter, Rena's heart swelled with a sense of hope. There was a world waiting outside of the rigidity of school, and in moments like this, she could taste the sweetness of true freedom, the kind that held promise and friendship at its core. There would be challenges ahead, but whenever she felt lost, she knew she could always return here to this feeling of belonging and look for the light with Mia, Taylor, and the rest of their little chosen family. They were all heroes in their own stories, ready to chase their dreams together. As Rena finished her song, the crowd erupted into applause and cheers, the warmth of their enthusiasm enveloping her like a blanket. She couldn't help but smile, a mix of pride and joy swelling within her. The insecurities that had held her back for so long began to fade, replaced by an exhilarating sense of accomplishment. "That was amazing, Rena," Mia exclaimed, her eyes gleaming with excitement as she rushed over. You have to play again. Yeah, seriously. You should perform at more places. This was awesome. Taylor added, glowing from the positivity that surrounded them. Rena felt herself blushing, overwhelmed by the commendation. Thanks, guys. I'm just messing around, really. I didn't think anyone would actually want to hear me. Why wouldn't we want to hear you? You've got talent. Mia's sincerity lit up Rena's heart. And besides, we're your biggest fans. Just then, Leah approached, her expression appreciative. That was really lovely, Rena. Do you have any more songs up your sleeve? Oh, just a few silly ones, Rena stammered, suddenly feeling shy again. Not silly at all. I'd love to hear more, Leah encouraged, a radiant smile framed by her golden hair. You should definitely perform again sometime. You're a natural. Maybe I will, Rena replied, energized by the encouragement surfacing from her friends. As the night wore on, the fire crackled, casting shadows and warmth over the gathering. Rena's heart swelled not only from performing but from witnessing Mia and Leah slide comfortably into conversation, sharing laughs and getting to know each other better. Rena couldn't help but feel a sense of pride for Mia as she navigated this new connection with her usual charisma but also a newfound warmth, something quieter but deeply genuine. Hey, Rena, want to join us for a game of truth or dare? One of Leah's friends called out, breaking through Rena's moment of reflection. Sure. Rena agreed, taking a seat in the circle forming around the fire. She loved games that brought people together and created memories that would last long after the night ended. The game began, laughter and playful shenanigans filling the air as truths were spilled, and dares were boldly completed. The circle turned into a colorful array of opinions and experiences, with the glow of the fire creating an intimate atmosphere that somehow felt safer, more authentic. When it came to Rena's turn, she felt a mix of apprehension and excitement. Truth or dare? Mia nudged her eagerly, her eyes gleaming with playful intent. I'll go with truth, Rena decided, hoping to keep it lighthearted. All right, Mia grinned, leaning in theatrically. What's one secret you've never shared with us? Rena hesitated, her mind racing. But as she looked around at her friends, the weight of honesty felt more powerful than her fears. Okay, here goes. I secretly have a dream of traveling the world and writing songs to inspire people. Someday, I want to perform in big cities and share my art. A moment of silence followed her declaration, then Mia leaped up to embrace her. Rena, that's amazing. You absolutely should go for it. Hearing those words from her best friend made the world feel a little more possible. The encouragement ignited a spark within her, a fire that urged her to pursue her hidden desires. Thanks, she said, her voice thick with emotion. I just need to take that leap. As the game continued, more truths revealed fears and aspirations, weaving a tapestry of unfiltered honesty among friends who cared for each other deeply. Rena felt grateful for this moment, a new chapter unfurling within their shared stories. The night edged on, and soon a few of the other partygoers started to drift away, murmuring their goodbyes. With the fire flickering lower and the fun winding down, Rena felt a gentle tug of melancholy at the thought of leaving. Let's not let this be the last time, yeah? Taylor said, breaking the silence. We should have more nights like this. School has its ups and downs, but I want to hold on to the fun we make together. I agree. Leah chimed in. Let's plan a monthly hangout, like an adventures club. Count me in. Mia cheered. We could explore places beyond just the skate park. Nature trails, concerts, there's so much we can do. Absolutely. Rena grinned, her heart swelling with newfound hope for the next adventure. As they chatted about ideas and plans, Rena could feel the bond among them growing more profound. Friendships deepened in these shared moments, where they could all be authentic and vulnerable, where dreams were voiced, accepted, and cherished. Eventually, the conversation shifted, and they started discussing school projects and upcoming events. Rena found herself offering support and tips, hoping to help her friends navigate through tough times, just as they'd always done for her. When the fire had nearly died down to embers, Mia turned to Rena, her expression softening. "Can we talk for a minute alone?" "Sure," Rena replied, glancing back at Taylor, who nonchalantly waved it off, already diving into a conversation with the others. Once they were a little distance away, Mia looked at Rena, her expression turning serious. "I wanted to say thank you for being so supportive tonight and always. You really encouraged me to go for it with Leah. I'm so proud of you. You deserve to be with someone who sees how amazing you are," Rena replied, her heart warm with affection for her friend. Mia looked down, her voice dropping. "What if I mess it up? What if it doesn't work out the way I hope? Then it'll just be a learning experience. Every person you meet is part of a story, and sometimes they're meant to teach us something," Rena assured her, remembering her own past fears. Mia took a deep breath, her shoulders relaxing. "You're right. Thanks, Rena." They stood in comfortable silence for a moment before Rena added, "And just remember, no matter what happens, I'll always be here for you." Their friendship was a fortress, and nights like this fortified it even more. As the stars twinkled above them, Rena felt confident that together, they could face whatever challenges lay ahead. Eager to soak up every moment before the night ended, they returned to their friends, relishing the warmth of the fire that flickered like dreams being realized, a mix of freedom, adventure, and camaraderie more potent than any fear. One thing was clear, they were not just schoolmates, they were a family ready to explore the journey ahead together, armed with dreams, laughter, and an unshakable bond. The world outside awaited them, teeming with possibilities. And Rena couldn't wait to embrace it all, hand in hand with her incredible friends. As the last embers of the fire crackled into the night, Rena felt a sense of contentment wash over her. They gathered their belongings, saying goodbye to the remaining friends and making plans for their next adventure. The air was crisp as they made their way to the exit of the skate park, a soft breeze sweeping through the trees. "Hey, you guys want to head to the cafe tomorrow after school?" Mia suggested as they walked under the starry sky. "I hear they have a new latte special that's supposed to be incredible." "I'm in," Rena replied, her heart lifting at the thought of another day spent together with her friends. "Count me in too," Taylor nodded with a smile. "I can finally catch up on all those embarrassing stories you two keep telling me about." With that, they shared laughter and banter, the moment feeling invaluable as they made their way home. Underneath the stars, it was easy to forget the stressors of school, the uniform expectations, and the pressures that loomed over them. It whispered to Rena that they could create their own narrative, one filled with joy and authenticity. The next day arrived with haste, the school day blurring together in a haze of lessons and fleeting moments. But the anticipation of heading to the cafe after classes kept Rena's spirits high. They squeezed in quick conversations during lunch, plotting the details of their plan and filling the spaces with laughter and inside jokes. Once the final bell rang, the trio raced out of the school, excitement buzzing in the air. They arrived at the cafe, the warmth within contrasting delightfully with the cool evening breeze outside. Its inviting atmosphere was lively, with laughter spilling from every corner. As they settled into a cozy booth, Mia began to chatter animatedly about her potential next date with Leah, her eyes sparkling with hope. Taylor, ever the jokester, chimed in with humorous quips that had them all roaring with laughter. Rena watched her friends, her heart swelling with gratitude. She felt as if their bonds had fortified overnight, becoming deeper and more vibrant. This was a unique kind of camaraderie where they could share dreams and fears without judgment. After they each ordered their drinks, Rena felt a wave of inspiration wash over her. "What if we write songs together?" she suggested, the thought manifesting itself in her mind. "Like, about the adventures we go on, the experiences we share?" Mia's eyes lit up. "That would be incredible. Imagine having a whole album about our misadventures in school, love lives, and everything in between. Taylor laughed. Yeah, we could call it the Chronicles of Us or something. I call dibs on choosing all the worst song titles. Absolutely not. Rena shot back with a grin. You would ruin it all. But their laughter was infectious, echoing through the cafe as they joked about song titles and genres, idea after idea igniting the creativity within them. Rena felt a flow of excitement coursing through her veins. The possibility of channeling their shared experiences into music was liberating. After their drinks arrived, they each took a moment to indulge in a reflective quietness. The atmosphere felt light, filled with potential. As Rena savored the familiar taste of her latte, she glanced around the cafe, absorbing the vibrant everything, the clinking of cups, the aroma of coffee mingling with baked goods, warmth radiating from friendly conversations. Do you see us in the future? She voiced suddenly, startling her friends slightly. Like, really envisioning where we'll be years from now? Yeah, totally, Mia replied, leaning back in her seat with a gleam in her eye. I can see us all together at a huge concert one day, singing our own songs to a crowd. How amazing would that be? I can totally see it, Taylor chimed in. It would be legendary. Rena grinned at their enthusiasm, the thought filling her with hope. We have to work hard to make it happen, though, write lyrics, get better at playing, maybe even perform again. They spent the next hour brainstorming song ideas, sharing snippets of inspiration, and making plans for their next creative jam session. Each idea flowed effortlessly, and it felt as if their aspirations wove a solid tapestry of belonging and unity. As they finished their drinks, the conversation shifted to the future and everything that lay ahead. Rena's heart brimmed with optimism, and she couldn't shake the feeling that they were destined for greatness together. It was a beautiful notion, one she would nurture within her. Eventually, they departed the cafe, the streetlights illuminating their path as they strolled home. The night air was refreshing, filled with excitement for what tomorrow would bring. Let's keep this momentum going, Rena said, clasping her friend's hands. We should meet up every week to create, dream, and plan our next steps. No matter where life takes us, we can always return to this. Mia and Taylor nodded in agreement, their expressions radiating determination. Absolutely, they said in unison, a promise fully sealed in an embrace of friendship. As they continued down the street, hearts light with ambitions and dreams, Rena looked up at the stars twinkling above. Somehow, she felt that each star represented a part of their journey, sparking with potential and possibility. Rena had come to realize that life's uncertainties seemed a little less daunting when embraced together. Together, they would navigate the future of ups and downs, creativity and adventures, dreams and everyday life. And in that moment, she knew deep within her that this was only the beginning, the vast world ahead was waiting for them, and together they would shine bright, no matter what storms or challenges lay on the horizon. As long as they stood united, they could conquer anything. Together, they were unstoppable, and the saga of their friendship was just getting started.